Hello everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I am your host, along with support puppet Mr. Chicken. Yes, today we're going to ask some questions for you to self-reflect on if you believe that you might have NPD. Now we know that a lot of information is going around the internet where everybody's pointing a finger at each other, screaming, you're a narcissist, because you're not having a good relationship, getting along, and being mutually abusive. And then the internet is saying, no, you're not being mutually abusive, you're being abused. And you're just protecting yourself by being an a-hole back. All right, so I'm gonna go over a questionnaire for you to ask yourself if you do these things. Now, this takes massive self-reflection, and as we know, a run-of-the-mill narcissistic person does not want to self-reflect, okay? So if you can do this, that doesn't mean that you're not a narcissist. It means that you're following my instruction as you should. All right, here we go. Number one, do you feel you are special or that you have special talents or gifts that others do not possess? Now, this can be, everybody's good at something, right? And this feeling of special might mean that it's beyond reality, okay? Like, you believe that you are extraordinary, unique in the field that you're doing. You know, that's your grandiosity talking. And of course, I do. All right. Number two, do you feel you are entitled to special treatment or recognition? This can be seen in a lot of ways, okay? So if you believe that you're doing a good job at something and they're not complimenting you, clapping your hands, this can be at work, this could be you being a spouse or, you know, a boyfriend doing things for your partner and they're not, you know, kissing your ass all the time. It doesn't just have to be like you walk into a restaurant and you're like, I want to sit here, I want this, that, and the other thing. Now there are jerkathons out there that believe that they are entitled to my time, okay, when they're trying to schedule a call with me, and then I give them, okay, we can set up this time, and I will block that off for you, give you confirmation after you pay the piggy bank. And then they ghost me. This has happened a couple times in the last week. And then they ghost, and then they come back and they're like, oh, I need to reschedule in like an hour, or maybe, you know, in, you know, a couple days or so. They don't give a shit about my time. They only care about their own time. And when I say no, I don't explain nothing. You know. No. And then that's it. And sometimes I will say, you feel entitled. You know, I smell you, bro. I smell you. No. And one time, another dude fucking paid me when I said no. And then he paid me. I refunded him right away and then blocked him. And then he made up another email to be like, please block. No. So they're even feeling entitled still. And like they're little, I'm sorry. No. Go away. Go away. All right. Number three, do you secretly feel you are better than most people? Smarter, more attractive, more talented? Yes. Not, you know, I mean, everybody, I'm not like, oh, I'm just so beautiful. You know, I'm melting. I'm getting my shit done and everything because I want to be. you know, but that's my own, you know, body dysmorphia. God, I hope I don't get diagnosed with that shit. But, you know, I have an issue, and I'm always looking in the mirror, and that's one of the things in the DSM, that it's really causing you distress. Yes, it does. Okay, more talented. Yes. Yes. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Do you become easily bored with people when they talk about themselves? Yes. Now, this isn't when I'm having calls with you or when, you know, we're having communication, because that's transactional. I need you, you see, for to make me not feel worthless, that I'm actually doing something, and then you're clapping your hands and like, thank you, thank you. So don't start thinking that it's, you know, I don't want to hear your shit, because this is part of my whole purpose, okay? And you're helping me see things that I've never seen before too, okay? But besides that shit, you know, yes, I like, I notice now that when I don't get to speak, I am uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable, you know? Yeah. Also when like, you know, when a kid is talking to you, a small child, about something you don't give a fuck about. Now just take that feeling into adulthood, and everybody out on the street and anywhere, you're the kid and I'm the adult listening to you, and just be like, yeah, this is why the sky is blue. Okay, tell me about the video game you watched. Okay, what's your favorite character on your cartoon? Okay, all right. Next. Do you tend to think that your feelings or your opinions are more important than those of others? Yes. I also, if you ever see yourself do this, like if somebody is giving advice to a friend, say you have a friend group, somebody's giving advice to a friend and you don't agree with that advice because you believe that your advice is above all. You'll even see some single people trying to give parental advice to people who have never gone through being a parent, and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but they have such conviction that they know. You know? Stop it. All right. Number 6. Anyways, yes, I do this. I think that my advice is above all others. I also, I mean, you'll see me talking about out my ass all the time, and then I have to be like, oh, I learned new knowledge that maybe contradicts that and whatever. But I don't feel like, oh, no, I shouldn't have fucking talked before I knew. No, I never fucking believe that. I'm like, fuck it. And then just, you know, give you the new information that I've learned. Okay? All right. Does it hurt you deeply if your talents, accomplishments, or physical attributes are not recognized or appreciated? Yes. You can see this also in couples. So if you're trying really hard, like you make a meal and your partner gives no fucks and doesn't tell, oh my God, this is really good, blah, blah, blah. Or if you bought a new something, you got a haircut and they don't fucking notice that shit at all. Or if, you know, you guys aren't watching all of my video and you're watching just a few minutes of it and shit, and then you're commenting and everything. You are dismissing all the information that I'm giving. And yes, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Okay. Do you feel deeply insulted if you are ignored and not acknowledged? Yes, I should have more views. I should have more views, damn it. Where's all my subscribers? You know, are you hibernating? Dead? You better be dead. All right. Have you been accused of being conceited or egotistical? Conceited? No. No, I have not. I really fly under the radar, and nobody has pointed out any egotistical traits in me either. I think because I'm always funny and wanting to be center of attention that way. So I'm making you have a good time. So you're not looking at it as like, oh, she always has to be center of attention, because I'm really paying attention to my audience, you know? But of course, I can't give a survey to everybody who I've ever met that felt that way about me. But, you know, because I burn all my bridges, obviously. So we can't do that. Anyway, do you often fly off the handle or become enraged at the slightest provocation, and often without really knowing why? I know why. You piss me off. Okay? So, yes, I can get enraged like that, and then the rage is gone, you know? Don't be disrespectful. We get along. Yay. All right. 11, do you lose respect for others when you discover they are less intelligent, successful, powerful, or together emotionally than you had first thought? Now, everybody does this. When you get together with somebody during the honeymoon stage, everybody starts to devalue their partner because you put your best foot forward. So did they. Doesn't make them a narcissist. Okay? And it doesn't make you a narcissist, but when you start getting the ick, or you start noticing that, oh, they're not as great as I thought they were, or, oh, they said that they were a cook, but what they meant was they just barbecue. Okay. You know? Or all they do is parrot information off of others, that they don't have an original thought of their own, you know, or piggybacking off of somebody who had a thought, you know, and then you're growing that thought, pondering upon yourself instead of just, you know, repeating shit. Okay? All right. 12, do you have difficulty identifying or empathizing with others, especially their pain? I have cognitive empathy, so I can know you're going through something, and if I have been through that, I can be like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I ain't crying for you, or I'm not going to sit there and cry for you. No, that's not happening. And it's not because I have never been able to do that. So when you see me cry, or I cry because I'm watching something on TV, I'm crying for myself. I'm crying because I never had that. You know, you see something about love, you see something about parental love, you see death, abandonment, you know. I'm thinking about me, okay? I'm not thinking about the people on the TV. I'm thinking about myself and my lack of, okay? All right. Do you find that you are often envious of what others have accomplished or accumulated? I think all of us, you know, have at one point. What becomes narcissistic, not narcissistic, but actually pathological, is that it plagues you all the time, you know. Envy creates anger. If something good is happening to somebody and we envy your happiness, we can try to knock you down a peg and get angry. And all of this is happening automatically. It's not like, oh, she's happy, I'm going to treat her like shit. No, this is like automatic. And sometimes I just become this dick without even, you know, paying attention. And then I'm just colored the whole evening with assholism, you know, and then I'll just go away and just drink in the fucking corner. That's me in the corner. Losing my religion. All right. Do you tend to focus more on what you don't have than what you do? I think a lot of us have problems with not being grateful for what we do have. And if I'm just on autopilot, I do fall into that, and I have to remind myself of things that I am grateful for. That's why I like grateful journals and everything, and I fucking forget all the time that I should be writing this shit down. ADHD brain. All right. Do you frequently feel that your efforts and accomplishments are being ignored, minimized, or that you are being passed over for special recognition, promotions, awards, and so on? Now, one isolated event doesn't make you a narcissist, but if you believe that this is happening all the time, and say like every job that you go to, you think that, you know, I deserve better treatment, or they're not paying attention to me, they're not seeing how hard I'm working, they're not, you know, and you're quitting and getting another job, or it's causing you massive amounts of distress. You know, they're not paying attention to you, and you're becoming like depressed. And this is happening all the time. You're feeling this way all the time, and you fall into that vulnerable state, and this is gonna make you fucking depressed. And then we're gonna do the bad coping mechanisms and everything, and then we're gonna try to, you know, search for some dopamine, you know, out in the world, and not always in a good way. 16, are you able to walk away from relationships fairly easily once someone has insulted you or hurt you? Yes, and this is why you see a lot of people, when you do the push and pull with your partner who is suffering with this, or if you are doing this, remember, we want you to self-reflect as well. And if they are, if, you know, your partner is feeling hurt, insulted, they're, you know, playing the victim for some reason, and they believe that they are, that gets fucking exhausting over time, dealing with somebody who's playing the fucking victim all the time. But, you know, you're trying to bring into reality what's actually going down, and they're going to rage harder on you. I've done this. Okay. 17. Is one of your major goals in life to become successful, famous, wealthy, or find perfect love? Do you feel like a failure or depressed because you haven't reached your goal? Yes. And the finding perfect love, it's that fucking sucks really bad, because I know now that there is no perfect love, and being in a relationship where you do not have that intimate connection, where you can't be vulnerable with a partner, and how it just crushes, you know, you. Some narcissistic people will go, you know, they're already trying to groom somebody else and leave you, or quietly quit you, or get you to fucking discard them. If they're not splitting on you and raging and leaving, you know, it's like, well, you weren't my fucking soulmate, later, okay? And they're gone. So that is really difficult. Living your whole life, always searching for the one, and not realizing that you have to become a very good partner and grow with someone new. So if you guys go out there and, you know, you're trying to date new people and everything, you know, you want somebody who you get along with, and that you're gonna grow in all these little baby steps with. They're not gonna come to you all fresh and perfect. You know, oh, I've been to therapy. That doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean shit. It means that you're talking to somebody that you are able to dump your day or your week on, tell them how you're feeling, and you have a sounding board. That is what that means. Or they're helping you work through maybe cognitive behavioral therapy and stuff, so you can get along better with relationships. But you can't learn these things on an island, in a vacuum. You have to have a relationship. Otherwise, you're going to isolate yourself and then fucking diagnose your ass as some schizoid. Schizotypical? Tipple. Schizotypal? Is that what the fuck? That's when they're just like, I just don't need anybody. I don't like anybody. I'm just going to stay in the fucking, you know. I can go into those states, but, you know, I don't want to be like that. Okay. 18, do you feel like you don't really need other people all that much, that you are fairly self-sufficient? Yes. And this is what I tell you guys to look out for too. And if you see this in yourself, if you're some independent woman, I don't need no man. Okay? That's a problem. You're an avoidant. You're going to avoid help. You're going to avoid care. You don't trust it. You don't trust it. So you're not going to need no one. And men who are just like, you are attracted to the crazy woman who is going to always leave you and not stay. And, you know, you're not going to like the woman who actually respects you, is grateful for you in their life. You're not. You're not going to think that that's love. You're going to believe that chaos is love. Here we go. 19. Are most of your friendships based on mutual interest or on the fact that you both have a strong desire to become successful, famous, or wealthy? See, now, if I'm going to be with somebody who wants to be successful, famous, and wealthy, we're getting into power couple mode. I can't do it. Doing that with friendships, a narcissist is going to envy them. They're gonna tear down every milestone that you make, because no, I have to shine like a diamond. I'm, you know, center, right? I'm the center of your fucking world. I'm the sun, right? So that's ridiculous, unless they mean you will only associate with people who we see as valuable above us. And basically we're gonna get to ride your coattails somewhere. Okay, if I blew up overnight and became famous, a lot of you motherfuckers who are starting out on your shit, or other narcissistic people, they're going to be hitting me up. They're going to be hitting me up. So you better be nice to me, okay? Number 20. And with the whole friendship thing, I cannot do friendships. My friendships are very shallow because even though I share on my channel, I do not feel comfortable. I do not open up. I do not share. I cannot be vulnerable with anyone. If I'm talking to somebody, you know, superficially or whatever, I can tell you things that I'm pissed off about, or, you know, annoying things or something funny I saw. But I'm not going to get to the nitty gritty of anything vulnerable inside of me. I don't trust you. No. And yeah, I did have friendships when I was younger. We had to raise each other, basically. So we always philosophized and things like that. But, you know, I had one best friend in each of, you know, the different schools that I went to. Then when I got a boyfriend, you know, the boyfriend becomes your whole world, and you really don't need other friends, because I just attach myself, have him attached to me, we drop everybody else off, or I become my boyfriend's friends, you know. Yeah, it's weird, but it is what it is. So when I break up with boyfriend, you know, basically I'm alone. You know, and then I'll crawl back to you know, other friends. Oh, I'm available now. Totally fucking bullshit. So if you do that, your friends think you're an asshole. Okay? If you do that, if you give up everybody and then you break up and then start crawling back to your buddies, you an asshole. Okay. Number 20. Do your relationships tend to be short-lived? Are you close to someone for a while but find that over time no longer serve their function in life? This is with all relationships. If you do not hold value for me, you're gone. There's no reason. I feel like I'm wasting my life with you in it. There's no reason to be. I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable hanging out with somebody that I don't want to fucking be around. I don't like it. So, you know, I quietly quit you, or I will even create an event where I can just get rid of you. I have, you know, lost my last 2 best friends years ago. One was an infraction, she didn't come and meet me. I drove fucking 7 hours down. She just had to drive an hour, and she was too fucking lazy to do that. But my dad did that to me too once. So I was transferring that hurt and abandonment onto her, and I fucking stopped being close with her. I stopped talking to her. Okay? So yeah. So if you want to self-reflect on this, or if you want to send this to a person that you believe might have some shit, and just know that they're gonna block your ass after you do that, okay? Otherwise, yes. So, and just see if you don't need to hate yourself. Okay, I don't want you to be all self-loathing and shit. If you are a narcissist, we already have that problem. Okay, but if there are some things that you see in yourself in this list that I read, awesome, you get to fix. Yay, yay. You know, you can become aware of how you treat others. You know. And you get to experiment, you know, with all your relationships. A long time ago, I would read self-help books because in my long-term marriage, I did want to get along with my husband. I didn't want to fight all the time and everything. And also with my kids, I don't want to fight, you know, all the time. So I would do research and everything just so we could get along. Any other internal struggles going on inside of me, of course, I kept secret and to myself. But at least I was learning how to mask up better to make everything go smooth, okay? What really sucks about people with pathological narcissism or the full-blown disorder is that they are suffering, but causing suffering without even realizing, okay? They're just doing the motherfucking Godzilla in the city of their relationships. And they're like, I'm Godzilla, what am I doing wrong? You're killing everybody. You're killing all your friendships. Okay? All right. Anyways, so I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Have a great day, huh? Namaste.